We are really pleased that really everybody can join us today, because we really do want to recognize all the accomplishments that our employees have. One of the things is reading through some of the nominations really impressed me about how people take individual responsibility for their job and really forge ahead. They don't need to be told this, that, or the other. They know what's going on. One of the nominations had said, his work reflects a great deal of credit to himself, our department, and most of all DP&L. He has put you and me in customer service, and I am honored to be part of his team. You know, that shows an awful lot about what really makes us a team and what puts us ahead of the other folks. That dedication, that commitment just makes DP&L what it is today. And that is that we're one of the top utilities in the country, and we're going to stay that way. And it's really because of our people that's the way it will be. It's our dedication to seeing that the customer comes first that is really going to pull us through and differentiate us from all the other companies as we go through this thing called deregulation, re-regulation, or just plain regulation. It's been an interesting year. I commend you. I say thanks, and let's get on with the program.
I'm going to start out with some individual awards. And although this is individual, there's two people, John Ashurst and Bob Keller. When two people can take a project that was budgeted at $2 million and say, no, there's got to be a better way, and they bring it in for $130,000, that's quite an effort, and that's what they did. John Gates, let me use some words that people use in describing John. Professional behavior, great attitude, outstanding work ethic, great technical skills, always willing to help others. Need I say more? John, I appreciate your hard work and your ability to recognize what it takes to get the job done. Joe West, he's a senior controls mechanic at Stewart, and he sets a very, very high standard for performance, and he's able to get others to follow with him. Doug Keith, this spring, Doug was given an assignment at Killen to improve the cooling tower performance and lower the cost of chemicals. And he really jumped into that project with diligence. He got chemicals changed, he brought our costs down, and we had outstanding performance with that cooling tower this summer. Thank you. Bob Young. Bob led the implementation of a PM maintenance optimization effort at Killen. Quite frankly, he found better, faster, more cost-effective ways to do our work. Richard Moore. Rich has responsibility for long-term planning, outage planning at Stewart. He's most often described as going the extra mile to learn how to do things better and to do them right. And that's what we need here at DP&L. John Netley. John's an engineer at the Stewart Controls Department, and we refer to him as an engineer's engineer, and that's what we need at DP&L. He's an outstanding employee. We appreciate all his hard work. Thanks, John. Now I have two team awards. Alex Anware, Steve Barnowski, David Collins, Phil Copsey, Tim Fornshell, Gordon Jones, and Mark Weber. This is the group that put in the distributed controls at Stewart. And this year they did 2 of them. So we now have 3 of these control systems in place. My hat's off to these folks. They're really quite a team. Knox team, Joe Brojas, Dave Capizella, Hal Young, and John Hendricks. It's not every day that a group of 5 people get to spend $180 million in 3 years. That's what this group's doing. They've done a very, very good job of positioning us to be a leader in the industry. They've negotiated the bulk of the contracts for the $180 million. They got in early ahead of other utilities. They've got better pricing, better delivery, and we are going to benefit.
It's an honor for me to present individual achievement awards to 3 service operations employees who represent an attitude that's pretty pervasive in service ops of being willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. The first award I'm going to present goes to Nell Hill. Nell is a supervisor at our material distribution center, and I can't say enough about the huge impact she's made in helping to spearhead a lot of the effort in trying to help us functionally and physically separate the gas and electric distribution businesses and service ops. Next, I'd like to ask Jean Burnett to come forward and join me. Jean's an individual who's probably deserving of winning this award year after year after year. He wears a number of different hats here at DP&L. First and foremost, he's the manager of our customer reliability operation. It's the 24/7 organization and service ops that literally responds day and night to every electric and gas outage in our service territory. The last individual award that I want to present is to Brian DeCenzo. I have to admit I was a little bit nervous this summer when we made the decision to move our gas control out of the service building into Englewood. And for those of you that know, gas control is sort of like the brain of the gas business, and there really isn't a lot of margin for error. Well, Brian not only designed the new gas control operation, but he spearheaded the effort to get it built and really moved into. And things went without a hitch. And Brian, it's an honor to have you in gas operations.
The first group that I'm up here to recognize this evening is the transmission operation team. Gary Baker, Dan Creech, Bob Fannin, and Jody Thacker. Through the effort and dedication of this team, DP&L continue to provide reliable service to our customers during the most critical periods of this year. As heat and humidity strained the electric system in July, they monitored the condition of the transmission system day and night. They anticipated needs, they anticipated problems, meeting the challenges of managing communication by communicating reliability needs to all parts of our company and to other utilities. Next, I'd like to recognize Shanda Donnelly. One of the many attributes credited to Shanda is that she always knows the right things to say and the way to say them. She's creative in her approach to issues that need to be resolved. Her analytical skills are outstanding. We appreciate your effort and thank you. Herb Smith is a name that is recognized by all of his team members for exceptional performance for a long time, and I'll get to that in 1 second. Creative problem solving and providing help wherever and whenever it's needed. He's been with our company for 34 years, and in his current job is constantly called upon to help. Chris Solinsky, his enthusiasm and commitment to our customers and our shareholders serves as an outstanding example to all of us at DP&L.
I think it's appropriate for our first group to recognize the telecom team. Rick Cole, Keith Goldsberry, Richard Harper, John Crewer, Ken Mayer, Chris Piles, Kim Reich, and Kristen Sebastian. And I think their goal was to change over all of the things that they had to do and reprogram in order to separate our business units without any of you knowing that they had done it. And I do believe that they did that without a hitch. But before we let them go, we have to mention one of the team members that isn't here tonight with us. Merle Williams led the team to many of their successes over the past 40 years that he had been with DP&L. He was the leader of this team for the project this year that they were nominated for. And I'd just like to say a couple things about Merle because I know that it's very important for us to recognize him tonight. But he had been with DP&L for over 40 years and was really the consummate professional and leader, a simply outstanding team member. He was known and admired across the company for his dedication, skill, and teamwork. And we all relied on him for his expertise, and we all just simply liked him as a person. His work ethic and professionalism were second to none. Mrs. Williams is here with us tonight, and we would like Mrs. Williams to please join us up here to accept the recognition for Merle. Terry Wilson has been with the company, I'm not sure I know how many years, Terry. I won't say. But most recently with Miami Valley Resources. What Terry does for this organization, she's kind of behind the scenes, and she makes sure that she takes care of everything that needs to be taken care of so that the salespeople can go out and do what they do, and that's sell gas. Thank you very much, Terry. Andy Richley. Our meter readers are part of our direct line of contact with our customers, sometimes our only contact. And in the 5 years he's been with us, Andy has played an exceptional role in helping us serve our customers. He's had a direct impact on the success of meter reading. As a matter of fact, our meter reading is at 96% read rate and about a 99% accuracy rate. And that's the highest level we've ever achieved in service operations in, I think, the history of meter reading. Now I'd like to ask the DMAX substation project team to come up. John Davis, Richard Downing, Larry Hartzog, Rich Kyle, Tom Lenish, Jerry Qualls, and Earl Reeves. General Motors and Isuzu picked DP&L as the team to design and construct a customer-owned generation substation. Originally, it was scheduled to be completed in 150 days. This team completed the project in 88 days, ahead of schedule, under budget, with a profit for DP&L. And I'm not going to tell you what it was, but Earl tells me it was a nice profit. This team is an outstanding example of how all areas of the company can work together on projects that benefit customers and shareholders. Now I would like to recognize 3 individuals from our call center: Vicki Andrews, Betsy Bird, and Judy Miller. The call center has had a record-breaking performance during the past 2 years. They're currently answering at 98.1% of the calls within an average speed of 16 seconds. And that is absolutely outstanding for any call center. We have 2 individuals in service operations that were not able to be here tonight, and I'd just like to mention Joe Holscher from the substation transmission maintenance team. He helped out on the Tate diesel repairs in August, and Paul Campbell from Huber Heights, one of our senior line techs, that was recognized for his leadership and primarily for his teachings on safety. And so those 2 were not able to be here with us tonight.
And our first, I would like to recognize the legislative team, and that is Kevin DeWine, Flores Fortune, Dick Reed, Don Spire, Ethan Vanolis, and George Whalen. They have been able to articulate our positions in a very forceful and mighty way, and I think that the job that they have done will permit us to excel in the future. Donna Seeger Lawson. Donna has recently been promoted to the manager of pricing services, and about the only thing that I can say is that if you've been around Al Hill for a little while, you will always hear him say, "The devil is in the details." I can tell you that Donna meets the devil every day. And let me tell you, she still is an angel. Thanks a lot, Donna.
Thanks. You really are what makes Dayton Power and Light what we are today. Thank you very much. Have a great holiday. Thank you.